This is Jackie.
And this is Heather.
And
welcome to Millennial Mom Chatter, your go-to podcast for candid conversations and fresh perspectives.
We're just two millennial moms navigating life one hilarious audio message at a time. Join us for laughs, adventures, and real talk.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Millennial Mom Chatter. We are back for another episode, and it's been a little bit of a while that we've had like a little catch up without specifically a topic. So,
no, for sure, because we've been busy. We've had It Ends With Us, and we had our special guest, Kara. So it's been a pretty busy summer.
Yeah. How's back to school?
Great. I am so happy. Like, yes, it's busy, and I dread it in the morning when we're waking up super early with the alarm. But I love that I'm getting back into my routine, and the boys are thriving with the set schedule for sure.
Yeah.
And how are you doing? How are you and the kids coping with the new back to school year?
Great. I'm so happy they're back. It's fantastic. Yeah. I feel the same way you do. They needed like structure. And the reality is like, unless structure is needed in the sense of like you're forced to school schedule, I'm not very good at like specifically keeping a schedule. That's not like it's just not what I'm good at. You know, those people like even this summer, they're like 8 p.m. you go to bed. They still have the same exact school routine. I am not good at keeping that.
No, especially when the kids are having a good time, right? And the sun stays up so much later as well. So it's like for them, the idea of going to bed at 8 is like, no way. Like the day's just getting started, Mom. Like,
yeah. No, it's great for them to be back, and everyone's doing good. Rylan started.
You have a middle schooler. Tell us how that's going. Like, are you happy? I mean, your baby's grown.
I know. I know. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's going to be a good year for him. First day of school, he was like not happy, and I put it up to like. He's nervous. He's nervous for sure because he's, as Jackie knows, he's a worrier in the sense he's like, what do I expect and what are they going to have me do and like how much homework am I going to get and all this kind of stuff. And he's been fine. He's been good. So far he's come home every day with his homework complete, and so it's good. Sorry if I like you see my face or I'm going like, oh my gosh. It's like we got a hurricane going on over here. I have no internet. I'm working off my phone. It like my lights have sparked. I don't know what's happening, but
wow.
So sorry if you hear any thunder in the mic. She says you cannot, but no, everything's been good. We got off our cruise, and that was just a blast. The one we've been waiting.
Tell us about Icon.
The awaited cruise we've been waiting for 2 years. It was great. I think the ship is absolutely beautiful. There's only maybe the first day in the Windjammer, which is the buffet, and maybe like when they had like one of those promenade parties or something. Did it feel packed? Other than that, I feel like they spaced everything out really well. Like they have like the pool decks on 4 different levels. Food is like front, midship, back. Like they've really kind of mastered spreading everybody out, and it was great. Everything was beautiful. Food was amazing. I like Royal Caribbean food, but like I feel like this is top notch. Like I don't think I've ever had as good of food until this ship.
That Icon, would you recommend that to families with kids? Would you say Icon was a great ship for the kiddos?
For sure. Ironically, I guess. Not ironically, because I guess my kids are a little bit older. We didn't go to Surfside really. I mean, they went to like the carousel, but we didn't stay in that pool area. We didn't go to it at all, actually. Just because I felt like it was a little more, which is great for toddlers, for sure.
Okay.
Like great for toddlers, but obviously I don't have really toddlers anymore. So we didn't really take advantage of that area too much, but everything else was great. We had a blast. The water park was good on board. It was great. I would do it again, for sure.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so good to hear then. Yeah.
So we need
And then
to go
what
on
about
Icon
you also
together.
had your, we do. We do need a book of cruise, especially the Icon. Would you say that, what about your brother and your sister-in-law? Since they are Sans Kiddo, this is like an adult-only trip for them. Would you say they were able to also enjoy Icon?
Oh, yeah. They had a blast.
Yeah.
They had a blast.
Yeah.
And they would do it again. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think it's only for families. I mean, if you're an adult that gets annoyed with kids and like you don't want to see kids around, then yeah, it's not the ship for you. But
book Virgin Cruises or what is it? The Ritz-Carlton if you're looking for more of a Sans Kid vibe.
I never saw like misbehaved kids, or like no kid was just like, and like, I just didn't feel like it was a problem, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I felt like everyone
that's
was fine.
great. Because I think we're both like happy with Royal Caribbean. So I just, it's awesome for people to hear then that it's great for families plus like couples who just want a nice vacation.
Yeah, awesome. I feel like you just, like, there's adult-only pools, there's adult-only areas, like, they have adult-only shows, like, I felt like there was plenty of lounges and bars, and, like, you didn't have to be a family. There's my one complaint, though. One complaint, and it has nothing to do with the ship. It's just the people. Not one person let you, like, get off the elevator before coming in. And I was just like,
oh, yeah.
What is this? Every time
people etiquette.
Every time the doors opened and you were trying to get out, people were coming in, and you're like, hello, let me off.
I mean, we've talked about this before. I think we're in a new generation. People are in their selfish era. So they're like, I'm going to come in here and not let the people out.
I don't understand that. It was mind-boggling. I was just, and I kept telling my kids, like, you always wait for people to get off. And then people would do that to us, and I'm just like, don't look at them.
Yeah. Don't be like those grown-ups over there.
Yeah. And of course, like, there were definitely people that felt like us. They're like, whoa, like, can you let us off?
Yeah, we would make space for you, and this would be a much easier transition if you literally let us out of here.
Yeah, and like
don't get it.
One lady, I was like, I got a little irritated. I was about to say something, and I was like, Heather, it's not worth it. Don't do it. I was literally like, my kids were getting off, and they were getting off fast. It wasn't like, they were going like a snail pace. There was like 5-6 people ahead of us getting off. So I'm letting my kids out. I'm like pushing, like, okay, let's go. We're walking off, and this lady behind me goes, excuse me, and goes around me as if I'm not trying to get off the elevator. Like if she's moving past me so she can get off and I can stay on. And I'm like, dude, I am getting off the elevator.
Yeah. I honestly put those people in the same category as the ones who immediately stand up in the aisle when the plane lands and we pull up to the jet bridge. And I'm just like, where are you going? The doors haven't even opened yet.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same category of people to me.
Yeah, because if we all just had, decency and had etiquette, like, from the front to the back gets off. Yes. It doesn't matter if you stand up for 30 minutes in the aisle, we're still going the same order. And the people, I love the people that wait in their seat, like standing though, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't get it, but whatever. I'm not one of those people, by the way.
Oh, but the other thing is, coming back to the elevators on the Icon, you guys had where you punch in your floor that you're going to, right? Like you got to experience so did you like that system? Do you feel like that was more organized than when we get on an elevator and have to stop on every floor with 25 people trying to get on and off?
Yeah, I feel like it worked good. It did stop on several floors, obviously, but I think there's 22 floors, so I mean it didn't just like go straight to your floor, but it was good. There's only a few times that you waited there forever and you're just like, what the heck? And then you would go click it again and it would give you a different letter and it would immediately show up and you're like, why was I waiting over there? But yeah, it worked good. And on our way off, we lucked out. You know how usually when you disembark, it's like with your suitcases, you'll never find an elevator.
Yeah, avoid the elevators at all costs for disembarkation day.
Yeah. Well, we went up and we were like, let's see how this goes. We clicked it and the doors opened and there was space. And we immediately went in. There was no wait or anything. I was like, wow, that was just incredible.
No, that's super awesome. That's always
But it was great.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. But it's been good to be back and get in a routine and get my kids at school. And,
of course.
And yeah, it was good. It was good. I had a lot of fun. We should do it next summer.
I'm here for it. I'm always down for a cruise. I won't say no to a cruise.
Yeah, I know. No, we need to do a not rematch. What is it called?
A redo?
A redo next summer.
Yeah. No, because then we'll have, Tony wasn't able to go on our summer cruise that we went on together. So then it'll be fun to go on a vacation with him as well. So it's okay. We'll add it to the list.
I know. But I have been watching, I just finished, we're going to watch the 2 episodes tonight together, maybe. But I caught up on Love is Blind to where you're at.
Yes. So good. What are your thoughts? Who do you like? Who are you rooting for? Even though we don't know, obviously.
Okay. So I love Freddie. Some people think that he's like, not a walking red flag, but like they think something's off about him. I don't think so. I think he's great. I do not like Nicole and Benya. I don't even know how you say his name.
Benia.
Benya? I don't know. I don't like them.
You are
like
not
them.
a fan of them.
No.
Interesting. Okay, and then what is it that
she's
kind of turns you off?
She's a walking red flag to me.
Oh, okay.
She's so wishy-washy. Like I felt like she was already wishy-washy when she went on the last date with both of them. And then he proposes and you could see on her face after she accepted it that she was like, what did I just do? Like you could tell. And then she went on the date and she looked like she was about to be like, with Benya. Sorry if I'm saying his name wrong. I don't know how to say it.
We can call him Ben for the
I'm pretty
sake
sure
of
it's Benya, but like how it's spelled is also different. So I don't know.
because it's like multiple vowels. Yeah.
Yeah. Then when she had a date with him, she almost looked like, I wanted to say yes to you. And then she did the reveal. And she just basically she didn't know what she wanted. And she drugged them along for the thing. And when she wasn't sure about Sam. When she wasn't sure about Sam after she already committed to him, then she just like, all right, now I'm going to go back to him. And it's just like, it doesn't work that way. Like you're just toying with feelings at this point.
But what were your thoughts on Sam though?
I thought he was
like
fine.
him?
I thought there was.
Oh, really?
Listen, the fact.
I thought he was red flag of flying.
To me, the only thing they had on him, which to me is still not bad, was the whole weight thing. And no offense, like everyone is fair to say like, I don't want a heavy person. Like that's just it. That's your type.
That's your type. Yeah.
And I thought Benya's just like throwing a hissy fit and saying this guy is a terrible guy. And I feel like he actually did nothing to cause him to say that.
I will say Benya, if that's how you pronounce his name, I'm so sorry. I think he is definitely more sensitive. So he is like, even his mom and his sister had mentioned like he's not dated in a long time and he's always been really hurt whenever they've broken up, like his past relationships. So I feel like he's going to be kind of, I'm trying to think of a nicer way to say it because I don't want to call him a wet blanket, but he's definitely the softer party in his relationship with Nicole. I feel like Nicole is going to be very like type A. She knows what she wants and she's going to initiate kind of like what she wants in a man from him. And I think because he's so accommodating and nice, he will morph into the type of man I think that she wants him to be. And I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's why it worked out better with him versus Sam, where he was already kind of an alpha male. And kind of just like, I don't know, to me, he was giving a little F-boy vibes. Like,
I didn't think he was. I think it was opposite. She got upset when she didn't have sex with him.
Yeah, but I feel like that was kind of misconstrued too. Like he obviously is going to play it to make himself look like the victim.
I think she is the walking red flag. She is the what's the American girl that was with not American girl. She was Indian, I think, but in the American one. That was like, she just complained about everything. The banana and
with the oranges.
Yes. Yeah. She's like a her where you're just like,
I forgot about her. That's similar.
I think she just doesn't know what she wants and she's just dragging both of them. They're two different guys, obviously.
Oh, for sure. Very different personalities.
She's just grabbing them and like dragging them through this ride with her.
So coming to the altar, do you think they will say yes or no?
I think they will say yes, but I don't think it's because she actually wants to be with him. I think she's just same thing as why she said yes to the proposal to Sam. I think she's just going through the motions and then she's like, I hope this works out. Like, it's fine. That's what I'm saying is I think she like just admit I don't know what I want. Like,
yeah,
just
and I don't think she's there for clout. I don't think she came onto this show to like build up an internet following or anything. I think she genuinely does want to find love and a partner. I just maybe these two guys weren't the best. They're not 100% her matches, but maybe she's just kind of going with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I don't think she knows what she wants. And then I don't think maybe she found exactly the person she wanted. And then now she's just like, but I'm going to commit to this process. And you're just like, I don't know. I didn't see anything specific from Sam that was like warranted this talk and to convince the girl not to be with him. I didn't feel like it was like that either. It's just like people say that Freddie has red flags, and I don't feel like he does.
No, I don't think so either.
Catherine has red flags.
Yes. I don't know. Freddie, to me, is just so sweet. What are your thoughts when he mentioned the prenup at the lunch that they had with the girlfriends? Like,
okay, so normally, if you're in a normal standard relationship, I would say like, It depends on the situation, right? If it's two normal people marrying, whatever, then I'd kind of be like, do you really think I'm really after your money? But I also understand it if you have a lot of money. Like, if I married a celebrity, I would expect a prenup. I mean, that's
Of course.
like,
Yeah, same.
that's understandable. But I feel like everyone in this situation is fair game for. They should all do a prenup. The show should make them
Yes.
do a prenup
I
because
was
you've
actually
known each other
curious
for
about
2
that.
weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. And then also the likelihood of their relationships panning out, like the marriage is working. Not to say
Exactly.
that they're all going to end in failure, but it's just the likelihood to protect themselves. I think it's a great idea.
course.
Yeah.
Of course. And so when she was like upset by that, I was just like, girl,
This
you've
guy
known him
doesn't
for a
know you.
month.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and
also I think he's trying to be a decent dude too for his family. I think not that he's like trying to set the money aside for his brother, but I think he's just trying to like really just be on top of it to protect himself and his family.
yeah,
just
to be
with,
mindful that this
anything.
trash, like if she ends up being trash, that he doesn't screw his family over 100%.
Exactly.
And himself. I don't see anything wrong with it.
No. And I feel like Kat is the red flag in that relationship.
Yes. and it's understandable that she has, I guess, like, you know, wounds and insecurities about being adopted. But she's bringing them to the table and like almost projecting them on him and like making him the problem. And it's like, dude, like you're the problem.
Like when
and
they
just
went
admit it.
shopping. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they went shopping, that made me so sad because he was like poking fun, you know, like, oh, well, you know, usually guys just like sit over here and like we don't actively ruffle through the aisles of clothing with you. And she's just like, like, why would you say that? And I'm just like, she's nitpicking him. And I'm like, he's not even doing anything wrong. He's like kind of like giving you a little bit of his personality. He's trying to have fun with you. And I feel like he like closed up. You don't hear any more of his like cute little jokes, or I think that's his way of flirting, is like kind of poking fun at her, and she shut it down. And I'm like, you kind of ruined him. Like you can see that he doesn't have that anymore, and he talks way less in these more recent episodes. And I'm like, no, Freddie, you're so sweet. What happened? She broke you. Like, so
Yeah. There was another girl that was actually, it was the girl that I'm talking about, the Indian girl from, she was adopted. No? Yes.
Oh, I can't remember. Probably.
The girl,
I mean,
the cuties girl was adopted.
yeah. Oh. So maybe this
And
is a wounded personality trait.
I don't know.
We're gonna get canceled for like picking.
I did like her parents though, and
Yes.
I think that they did
Oh, they're so
reassure
sweet.
her, hopefully, and like I think they're gonna be able to. Sorry, I'm like thinking of my words so I say it properly. I think they're going to be able to, if she stays transparent with them, I think they will be able to help her navigate the relationship, in the sense that, not that you have to tell them everything, but when she says her worries, that they're like, everyone has struggles, and like, don't take this too like serious. And like, I hope they would be able to like guide her, because they seem like stable.
No, they seemed very like down to earth when they were having that chat with them.
Yeah.
So I hope that they're able to kind of like get in her head a little bit to reassure her.
Yeah, they're not like Jasmine's mom. My
Oh
God.
no, red flag. Jasmine's mom is the red flag in that relationship. Because I
Yes.
like them. They're kind of a cute couple, and you can tell he likes her. And so I was just like, oh no, like, is it Bobby? Is that his name?
Yeah.
So I'm just like hoping Bobby doesn't get chased off by Jasmine, because
No,
she's like, no, you have to tell me everything. Like,
No, I think he should take this as a moment to leave. Because
Oh.
honest, she is going to create a living hell for them.
no, she will, because it just the way that she was like, no, you have to tell me everything. I'm like, when are they're gonna get into like maybe having children? That's a very intimate topic that I don't think. You don't need to discuss all those fine details with your mother.
Yeah.
And as a man, I'm sure he doesn't want his mother-in-law knowing all of those
No.
details. So that's even just like one example. Imagine all the other things that she's going to try to come and like pound on that door and find out about. And I'm just like, oh, Jasmine, get out of here. Please be normal. Like, leave them alone.
I mean, he has to have that. I think that is a talk he needs to have with her before they get married. Like, sit down and be like, I understand you feel the same way, but you need to promise me that you are going to straight up put her in her place. Because she did. I was proud. As I was watching, I was like, okay, she's kind of putting her in her place. But then you can just tell the mom just goes and steamrolls her again. Like,
For everything. Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like after she like says her little piece to her mom, then her mom steamrolls her, and then she's just like, and then doesn't say really anything. And it's like, long term, this is going to be an issue. It is guaranteed. And
Everything.
when somebody's in your relationship like that, that's it.
No, especially because he's never going to get what he wants, like normal things. Like if he wants to put input into parenting or how they clean their house or how they spend their quality time or vacation time, that mom's going to have an input.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's going to cause them to have problems. Like I wouldn't want them to fight, but that's going to come up. Like it's going to cause
with
rifts
kids?
between them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially because it's the mom of the wife. Like game changer.
It sounds bad, but he needs to have a talk with her and be like, you're gonna have to put her in her place or I'm gonna leave. I honestly think it's that serious.
I agree. I think so too. I like that. I think they are a cute couple and they do have chemistry. You can kind of see it on screen and they both have personalities that align. So I want that for them. But you're right. He's definitely going to have to put his foot down and kind of, make sure that Jasmine doesn't interfere with her life because she could ruin it for the two of them.
No, not she could. She will. And it's going to be her job to put her foot down or not have a relationship or live far from her, something. Because I just think if her mom's like this is my thought. If her mom is like this, that means that she lets her mom be like this. Mm-hmm. You hear me? So it's like she allows it. So what makes this just going to change? I don't know.
No, it's not just going to stop.
No.
It's not just going to magically end one day. It's going to get worse as I'm just thinking of kids. Like, that's a big one.
Oh,
let me see them grandbabies. Yeah, done.
And why are you doing this? And why are you letting them do? No.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's one. Who else?
Who else do we have?
I like Tom.
Oh, Tom is great. He's another really, decent
But I don't
dude.
think they're good for each other.
Is it Maria? Is that her name?
Yeah.
The makeup artist? Yeah. So she's sweet. And I think they're trying to make it work. Like they're obviously different. Like they're not who they typically date in each other. But I think they're authentically trying to open up and try to make it work.
I do.
But I feel like it's not 100%. Like there's going to be
forced.
something that's going to be a miss. Yeah.
It's forced. Yeah. And I think Tosh would have been a better choice for him.
Yeah, when I saw Tosh and him at the bar when they had their night where they got to meet the rest of the house or the group, I was like, ooh, you can see there's chemistry there. Like there's a little bit of ooh, is that regret or did I make a mistake? And they're cute.
Yep. Yeah,
Tosh is going to be the one that slides into his DM if it doesn't work out with Maria.
Oh, for sure.
Like off last season with the U.S. Love is Blind.
For sure. I mean, that's what I felt like. What's her name? Nicole. It's just I just don't understand. But whatever, it's fine. I know people are going to disagree with me on that. Just like people are going to disagree that Sam is a walking red flag. But I really don't feel like he did anything to He actually genuinely loved her. Like he liked her. Like the fact that he started to break down and cry, and was upset about the bracelet and just
oh, that's right.
I think that was just an official ending and he cried over it and you could tell he loved her. I mean, I don't know. I think he was genuine in everything.
Yeah.
And I think she's the one that just, drug everyone along for her confused ride.
And I feel like I could see that for sure, just with the way that she was. So I could see that being one of the endings.
I don't even know their name because they don't get shown that much. The couple that got engaged first.
That is, I know there's Ollie and Demi. Is that the ones that got engaged first?
Yeah. No. They're I can't remember. The one that's engaged first is the girl that's from Northern Ireland.
Yeah, they're actually really cute. I like them.
Yeah, they're
they
good.
Have great chemistry.
I just think it's so hard that I don't know why I know Northern Ireland is part of the UK, but it is almost like a different country across the ocean. Yeah. And it was wait, how did you think this is going to work?
Yeah, no, and then I think it's cute too because they talk about the distance of where they all live. And then it's just oh, that's so far away. And I'm just wow, not to be dissing on the UK, but it's just thinking of long distance relationships in the US, how far apart people actually are compared to the distance that
I know.
They're comparing.
They're
to.
Oh my God,
when
you
they're
live
what
in
suburb
Liverpool?
do you live in? Yeah.
And it's
and isn't that a 20-minute train ride? It's doable, guys. I think it's going to be okay. I think you can work this out.
Yeah.
I was am I an arrogant American?
No, it cracks me up when people are oh, I'm going to go to Disney World when they're from Europe. And they're like, and then I'll go see California. I'm like, dude, the plane ride you took to get to Orlando is the same amount of time you're going to get to California.
No, for sure. Yeah. So I always like when I heard them talking about like, and where do you live and where are you from? Where did you go to university? And I'm just like, they think that's far? Like,
well, it's kind of what I was thrown off of when they did the UK. I just imagined they're all going to be from London. Like
same.
when they've done Love is Blind, like Charlotte or whatever, everyone's in Charlotte. I mean,
exactly. So I was kind of thrown off by that as well. I was like, oh, they really pulled from all over, the
and
country plus, across.
Yeah, and then when I was like, okay, at least on the mainland, and then they had the girl from like Northern Ireland, and I'm like, okay.
And then they I hope it works out because I know they're not planning on like living together right away, like their plans.
Yeah, that's
just
the problem. That's kind of destined for failure. Yeah. That's the problem. But
yeah, so I was I hope they work out. Yeah, because he owns a gym, right? Was that his job? Yeah, so he can do a little bit of remote stuff. And I was just like, man, she needs to leave.
No, she's like, I'm not giving him my apartment, remember?
Yeah, I know. And I was just like, wow, okay. We're already putting our foot down on stuff, but okay. Yeah. Like, it's just different. I have a different mentality when it comes to marriage. So I kind of feel like sacrifices are going to be made by both parties. So when I hear comments like that, I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So we're not a team. I'm already getting like weird vibes from this. So I don't know. It's just different.
Same. I think it's like the same ones on like Married at First Sight when they just don't commit to moving in with each other. Like, we're going to like do this experiment separate. I'm like, all right, they're not going to make it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You just like, you made it easier for all of us. Like, we'll just forget about you for now. But all these things just end up failing. And like, there's very
What about our
successful people.
Our last couple, though, the Ollie and Demi, though? Do you have any thoughts on them? Ollie was the one he's taller, kind of light-skinned, and then Demi.
I don't know. I don't think he's
Demi
a red
to me was a
flag.
little insecure.
No, she's very insecure. And then when she was insecure, and then all of a sudden when she's at the party, when he talked to... No, who did he talk to?
He talked to Kat. Is it
no,
Kat? Yeah.
Kat?
Yeah, because Kat is who he had a connection with in the pods, right? Isn't Kat the girl?
I'm trying to if I confused if her and was she the one that's like, no, I don't care that they're talking, and I was just like,
yes,
yeah, you do, you clearly do.
Yeah, but she didn't want to like add to the drama, so she was facing away, talking to I think it was like Maria.
Yeah,
no, not Maria. The other girl.
I think that he doesn't like her as much, and he's kind of going along with the process. Do I think it could work? It could. He could end up liking her, but I do think that they're just like a couple that like could drop off or could get better, but I do think she likes him way more than he likes her.
Agreed. Yes.
But he's a nice, respectful guy, so he's just kind of like going through it.
Yeah, like we've seen couples where it's bad, where either of the parties don't like each other and they're literally really weird and awkward in the houses or when they're in their apartments together. And I'm just like, oh, this is so cringe. But like he's been very respectful.
No,
like, he's very kind and sweet to her. Even if he doesn't like her, he's doing fantastic at like being just a really dude, like a cool, wholesome, like kind gentleman with her. Agreed. So I appreciate that. Like,
agreed.
Because he could just be treating her like crap and not talking to her, like some of the episodes and seasons that we've seen in the past.
No, yeah. This season's definitely pretty good. I feel like no one is catty. No one's like, even the people that are insecure and stuff, they're not like reaching to like create drama like that Cuties girl. I don't even know her name. But like, I
can't remember.
I felt like she just always, even though Catherine is like somewhat trying to stir the pot, I don't think she's doing it intentionally. I just think she has some issues. But even with her, it's so subtle. It's not like... I feel like the other seasons, there's way more like the girls are catty and like against each other.
Yeah, they talked about each other behind their backs.
I don't think
they went
like
and got
that.
each other's men. Like I'm just like, wow, savage. Yeah.
I think everyone's pretty good, and I honestly think that the guys are better than the girls.
Yeah. No, there are a lot of decent dudes in this season. So if you've not watched Love is Blind UK, get on Netflix and watch it because you will not be disappointed.
No, so and we're gonna do our nails possibly tonight and watch the 2 episodes. And do they get married? Is it just the reunions next week?
No, so I think it's actually that's a good question. So we get 2 episodes tonight, I believe, and then on the 25th we get the finale. I don't know if it's a reunion or if it's maybe that's why they're separated by
the reunion.
Yeah, where we get kind of like an update. I hope so. I want some tea on who's back together. And this is one that I don't know if you're a spoiler girl, but I tend to kind of find information along the way when I watch shows like this. And then I kind of see like who's still together and not seeking it out, but it happens. With this one, I've not at all Instagrammed any of these people. I've not Googled them. So I have no idea who really is still together or not. So it's going to be kind of fun to see how it plays out on TV.
I think most of them will be together. Whether most of them will stay together through, like, you know, not eternity, but for a lifetime. I don't think it's going to be a ton of them. But I do think that at the reunion, I'm going to say that majority will be together.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Because it's just a decent group of people. I feel like we're seeing kind of like a good group compared to what we've seen on Love is Blind US.
I agree. And I think that they're committed, like even if they shouldn't be, they're almost committed to a fault. And so I think they're going to stay together until things start to like calm down and they don't have as much publicity. And I don't think it's intentionally just to get publicity, but I think they kind of want to see it through. And I think they're a little bit more conservative in the sense of wanting to make the marriage work if they already committed to it. So I think they're going to try to make it work. And I think majority, if not all, will be together.
I could see that for sure.
That's my
guess. A good prediction. Yeah.
So catch us next week and we'll let you know. Well, we'll for sure talk about what we think if, you know, it like we watch the finale and it's what we thought or not.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, we have to go pick up our children from school and I know. And that was a short chat about basically all Love is Blind, but it's fine. Yeah. That's what's going on in our life lately.
Catching up on all of our reality TV.
Yes. So we will chat next week and thank you for joining. Bye.
Bye.